me? For real? Oh.
You can call from the Bahamas using Redboy's prepaid home phone service and prepaid chat cards for much less.
Hey girl, are you ready?
You get free unlimited on-island calls, voicemail, and no internet service or ID is required.
Hello?
Redboy's prepaid home phone service and prepaid chat cards.
Hey,
Staying in touch never sounded so good.
Good evening, Bahamas. You are tuned into NB12 broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios. Coming up tonight in news, parents and students at an Anglican school outraged after their graduation and prom were canceled. A rape suspect turns himself in. How crime is impacting public health care, plus fungus infection detected in green turtles sparks concerns. Those stories and much more on the way. I'm Bonnie Toot, and NB12 The Weekend Edition starts now. Tonight, the 2013 graduating class of St. John's College will not be allowed to walk or celebrate prom this year due to what Anglican Bishop Redboy has deemed inappropriate behavior at a school function last week. Students and parents received the devastating news at a meeting on the school's campus last night and are today still outraged by this decision. Juan McCartney reports.
Scores of students at St. John's College are upset about the fact that they won't be able to walk on Tuesday. Their parents say they're also upset about the bishop's decision, and if he doesn't reverse it, they plan on seeking legal counsel. That meeting took place shortly before 8 last night, and according to parents who were there, it originated with the administration sending a message blast to them. When dozens of parents showed up on campus with their kids, the children were told to wait outside, and the parents were told by Bishop Redboy that the Anglican Central Education Authority had opted to cancel Tuesday's graduation ceremony and the upcoming Emerald Ball because a YouTube video had surfaced showing the children in a negative light as they danced along the route of a parade the school set up. After the meeting, the parents made their outrage known to Bishop Boyd. That YouTube video has since been taken down. Outside the lockdown campus Saturday, parents were still seething, saying they saw nothing wrong with what the children did, and it was only a few of them in any event. They say they also believe the graduating class and the parents were being unjustly punished.
I've been coming here for years, bringing my daughter here. On several occasions, we came to Mardi Gras together. I've been coming here to the school when Mardi Gras as a teenager, and the stuff I saw in that video showed no infractions. No infractions. I came to the rush out they had a couple of months ago with the Junkanoo, and they had, the same things happened, the same dances were taking place, and nothing happened. So as a result of that, the bishop was there. And as a result of that, I see no infractions whatsoever. But Mr. Boyd, like I said to you last night, God ain't pleased.
I have been a parent at St. John's College for 23 years, and I was appalled at the behavior that they showed on the screen representing our children. Now, if there was a child that portrayed certain behavior, then the administration had the right to call that child or chastise that child, not my child. My consent form or whatever she signed, it stands. There was no infraction for my child. My child has been an honor roll student from kindergarten when she started here. In fact, she got 2 A's on her BGCSE last year. So these children have school spirit. These children are excellent children. These children go beyond the call of duty to come to St. John's. I'm driving my car back and forth on the red light to come to St. John's for activities. And what disturbed me most were the principal, the senior master, mistress, and everybody. They just sat there mum whilst Bishop Redboy was the judge, the jury, and the executioner. It is really disheartening.
The students we talked to said if there was such a problem with the dance, someone should have told them before.
It wasn't as if we could have done inappropriateness because the police were there and the PTA president was there. I heard that she told them last night that she was not there when she asked them to turn the music off when we came into the schoolyard, and she was not there. She stood there watching us.
She was in the video
with everything. She stood there.
They taught us this dance at our seniors retreat. The supervisors were all there. All the administrations were right there. If they saw something wrong with it, they should have said something. They cannot wait until the day before graduation to tell us that it was wrong. If they saw it happening, I don't know why they didn't tell us to stop.
Students whose parents paid $300 each for the non-refundable graduation package said they're less upset about the prom, even though that still stings, and are much more distraught that they won't be able to take the symbolic walk and celebrate the milestone with their families.
It doesn't make sense that we come out here, try our best, do our work, and do whatever. Cheapest we dropped out of school because we're not benefiting from it. And them doing this to us, it's like they shutting us down. It's almost as if they're telling us, oh, well, y'all worked hard for nothing.
I've spent 14 years in school, and for us to not be able to graduate, it just hurts me daily.
We tried to make St. John's a better school for them. They promoting garbage, and they causing us to look bad, which is not true. For this simple video, when they have other people in classrooms doing things that are not good, and we don't do this stuff. So for a person who's been here for 13 years, that's hurtful.
I think that is really discriminating, and it really hurts me to my soul. It's not fair and it's unjust, and it's discouraging.
Do you know the struggle I've been through all my life? I'm the first on the side of my family to actually graduate, so they don't know how I feel. Like I see, they go ask my mother cry, and that would hurt me the most out of everything. I didn't even want to be walking. Once my mother could see that I had a chance to walk, I don't care. I just when they saw my mother cry, that just broke my heart. I didn't even know what to do after that.
So has it been a struggle for your parents keeping you in school and all this?
Because my father left me at the age of 6, so I struggled with my mother for all my years. He died in front of my face, got shot down in front of my face. Just to not be graduate, it just broke my heart. So
this afternoon, the Anglican Central Authority sent a press release stating that the decision to cancel all the graduating classes' remaining events was due to a breach of ACEA policies and school rules, which misrepresented the organization and showed total disregard for the Anglican ethos. The ACEA said it strongly believes that students must be keenly aware of the direct relationship between actions and consequences. The release said, quote, "It is with this in mind, and after having considered a troubling sequence of events, inclusive of gross insubordination, deceit, and an overall unwillingness to submit to the ordinary procedures and protocols, that the aforementioned decision was taken." The release continued, quote, "We trust that this principled position will be instructive for all students in Anglican schools as well as for others." Reporting for NB12, I'm Juan McCartney.
The 23-year-old man wanted in connection with a rape case on Harbor Island is behind bars tonight. Authorities say Kevy Cambridge turned himself in to the Harbor Island police station at 5 this morning, hours after they issued a wanted bulletin. Police say the Colebrook Street resident is also wanted in connection with a burglary. Investigations continue. The recent spate of robberies involving visitors to the Bahamas has reignited concerns over the impact of crime on our tourism industry. However, a leading surgeon says the public healthcare system is already paying the price for this country's crime problem.
So annually we see almost 2,500, 2,600, 3,000 assaults per year. As many as 260 gunshot wound patients. That's not a patient that's been shot several times. That's each individual patient counted by themselves, as many as 250, 260 gunshot wounds per year. Rapes, attempted rapes.
Cardiovascular surgeon Dr. Dwayne Sands says he operates on victims of shootings and stabbings almost daily. Some of them have died on the operating table, leaving behind grief-stricken families. But they're not the only ones made to suffer. Sands says PMH is paying a huge premium because of crime. He explained that a shocking number of visits to accidents and emergencies relate to violence or trauma. As a result, he says, other patients with illnesses are placed on the back burner.
But the impact on the healthcare system is huge, so that when these patients wind up consuming virtually all of the blood in the blood bank, or occupying time in the intensive care unit, or requiring use of the operating theaters and the resources of the operating theaters, other patients find that they cannot get the care that they want in a timely fashion.
According to PMH statistics, over 507,000 cases were recorded by the Accidents and Emergencies Department between 2000 and 2009. Over 25,000 of those cases were assaults. Over 2,300 were rape cases, and over 51,000 were police matters. 935 of those patients had gunshot wounds, while 738 of them had stab wounds. Dr. Sands says the facility, which currently has just 9 ICU beds, simply isn't equipped to efficiently handle so many cases.
The reality is that the patients that get priority in accident and emergency are those patients that have had accidents or are emergencies. And so someone that's been shot, someone that's been stabbed, someone that has been raped is a priority patient. Unfortunately, we have such a huge volume of those patients that it interferes with the ability to take care of patients that have heart disease, strokes, pneumonias, uncontrolled diabetes, etc.
He says though the murder count may be down, the number of victims being rushed to hospital is not.
Whether or not somebody is classified as a murder victim has nothing necessarily to do with the intent of the perpetrator. It has to do with whether EMS got to them on time. It has to do with whether the emergency room staff, who do a phenomenal job of triage, managed to get the patient stabilized, whether there was an operating room available, whether the blood bank had enough blood available for them. And so if we have a murder count, let's say that's 62, 63, the number of people that may have died from violent crimes is probably 200 or 300.
As company owners await cabinet approval of legislation for exploratory oil drilling regulations, the Bahamas Petroleum Company is showing a loss of income in its annual report, ending the 31st of December 2012. In the newly released report, BPC shows an operating loss of $10.2 million. That's almost $4 million more than its loss in operations the year before. The financial report also shows a nearly $7 million decrease in assets for the same period. In the report, auditors point out the uncertainty related to the future recoverability of the group's intangible assets, which are hinging on the environmental regulations currently before Cabinet for approval, the discovery of commercial reserves, and a positive outcome in a future referendum on oil drilling. The government approved exploratory oil drilling earlier this year. It intends to hold a referendum on whether commercial oil drilling should be allowed in Bahamian waters by early 2015. Still to come, water and sewage reconnections in the aftermath of water contamination in eastern New Providence. But first, why the opposition is calling government's new shantytown policy old. So stay with us.